Financial coaching and consulting. You're trying to build your income, your business, your life. Challenges are all around you. It seems so overwhelming. People are depending on you. Who do you listen to? Where can you go to find honest, useful information?
Todd Rooker.
For decades, Todd Rooker has been teaching professional education to attorneys, CPAs, bankers, and financial advisors. Rooker Financial Consulting offers advice and coaching to consumers, business owners, and financial professionals on every topic imaginable. If you truly want to succeed, sit back and find out how to cover and build your assets. Here's nationally renowned speaker and expert getting you on the path to financial strength and wealth, Todd Rooker.
Great show that is a bit of a twist from what we ordinarily do. Although we are a financial show, we're going to talk about things that might make you feel better, more confident about yourself, and assist you in pursuing financial success. That part I do know about. And this morning we are going to be welcoming the two co-founders of Botox Bar. That is Liz Peterson and Nicole Langer. So welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you, Todd.
Very good. Nice to have you this morning. Now, this is, I guess, the third time that I've had the Botox Bar somewhat on here, and that I had Nicole initially just to talk about her and her entrepreneurial journey. That I had both you and Liz on, and we talked a little bit about that, a little bit about business. Today, we're going to be focused more on just what your business is, what it does, and how it can be beneficial to people. Is that kind of the premise of what we want to talk about this morning?
Yes.
Very good. So the first thing that I want to ask you, because I am certainly not familiar at all with what Botox is in the first place, so could you explain to those of us who don't even understand what it is Botox? What is it all about? Go right ahead, whoever wants to take that.
Thanks, Todd. It's a pleasure to be here. We're
Great.
excited to talk about all the ways to invest in yourself. Self-care is important, and Botox is one of the main things people do come in to get because it's quick. You get a big effect for what you're looking for. It kind of lifts everything up, kind of smooths everything out, and people feel more confident and more youthful, more awake. We even have people come in that say they're having a hard time with their vision, and Botox kind of lifts up their eyes. So Botox would be the main thing people do come in to treat themselves with, and is an investment in yourself.
Yeah.
So why do people need that? What's that about? Tell me. Is that something that happens to your face over time that's beneficial? Please help me understand.
Yes. Well, our muscles are pulling on our skin constantly because we're making expressions and facial movements that are pulling a certain way over and over and over, and our bodies just can't keep up with the healing process of making that smooth. When you're young, it's nice and smooth, but as you age over time, those lines start to develop because of the movements.
I've heard something like you lose your collagen, like your fat cells or something, and that's why you look more drawn and
we're losing bone, we're losing fat pads or in volume in our face, but that's not what Botox does. Botox works more on just the muscle that's damaging the skin. Yeah, filler would be something that would treat loss.
Do we lose muscle during this time as well?
Oh,
Is that
absolutely.
another issue of it?
We're always losing. We're losing everything as we age, unfortunately.
Well, and don't you think it's aesthetic use, but it's also some medicinal as well.
Yes.
I mean, it's you want to look younger, you want to feel fresh, you want to look more lifted. But, Liz is saying, you could do, when you do around the eyes, sometimes, it lifts the eyes, so it takes that pressure off
Is that
the
typically
eyes
the
so you
place
can
that
see
these
better.
things that you're talking about manifest themselves as you grow older? Those are the first places
Yeah.
that you see it?
Yes.
And when we first start Botox, we're usually from the eyes up.
Yeah.
Most people
The
are getting
upper
it from
face.
But as we age, you start doing it down here too.
Yeah.
It actually becomes more prevalent down here.
It does.
Because everything's dropping. You're losing bone. You're losing fat. You're losing everything that's
you start to
holding
not
your skin
recognize
together.
yourself
Yeah.
anymore in the mirror. You're like, what happened to that girl or that guy? What happened to me? How come I look so much older? And it literally happens overnight. All of a sudden you just see yourself one day and you're like, hey, I don't recognize myself.
I just had
That's
a
when they start
client
coming
come in the
in.
other day that has lost, she had lost a significant amount of weight. And she just
Yes.
feels old because she lost it in her face too, and it's really showing. So we added some things and freshened her up a bit and lifted things back up. There's a lot of things that you can do. Botox is just the number one thing that people do when they come in.
That's interesting. Tell me about, well, I'll start with this. I know that when people are placed in different environments, they act out in the world differently.
Oh, yes.
I mean, when a person is happier with their environment, they just seem to be more bubbly. They seem to be happier. They certainly seem to be more confident, something that I talk about a lot on the show, confidence, as it relates to going out in the world and pursuing goals. So what happens to a person after they've had this treatment? What happens to them personally? Do they become different right in your office, or what?
Yes, because it's like this. If you walk in here and you just have a crummy old sweatshirt on, and ripped up jeans,
Never happened.
and a pair of tennis shoes or whatever, you're not going to feel as confident as you come in your nice suit.
Sure.
You're fixed up. You're presented the way that you want to present yourself.
Right.
You have a better confidence. Well, people feel that way about their face. It's almost like if your skin is a mess, you don't feel confident. You think everybody's looking at your skin, so you're kind of
Yeah, if you're having a breakout or something, you're like, oh, I don't want anyone to see me.
You're not feeling your best self.
I have always thought of our outward appearance as almost being like our body armor to go through battle on a daily basis. When we're in business and we're engaged in what we do for a living, oftentimes the way that a person looks and presents themselves has so much to do with their position and their achievements and the things that they do, because you can just see it in their walk and their look and their confidence.
Yes.
So I can certainly see how this would contribute to that.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
And I have to bring up something that Nurse Liz always says is, you're spending thousands of dollars on that handbag, but yet your face,
They're not doing anything
for your face or your canvas.
Yes, and my theory is if that's okay with you, that's fine. But if you're holding that bag because you're trying to present a certain image of what your life is or what you want your life to be or whatever, people are going, well, what you need to take care of your skin. Your skin looks terrible. Why would you spend all the money on the bag when you could have beautiful skin? And that's the first thing that everybody's, instead of a thing, how about yourself?
Well, is it because it's a lack of understanding, or maybe they're fearful of going that direction? Is that the reason? Because I can see that this, as you bring up the handbag thing, they're essentially showing the world, here's who I am, here's what I've been able to accomplish. I mean, people do that with everything, and there's nothing unique about that. But it makes sense to me that they don't do this other thing because it seems somewhat foreign and they don't understand it and they're fearful of it. So talk a little bit about that.
Well, Botox has been around for 30 years, and they use it in all settings, like hospitals and
30 years, has it really?
Yeah, just shy.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's been true. You know, it's true. I mean, we all know what it does, right? We know if it's used correctly, this is your results, right?
Yeah.
We know what happens when it's not used correctly. So if you're really wanting to go down that path, all you have to do is put Botox in. You're going to get many, many videos. It's been around for so long. It's so true and tried and true. So there's the only thing that I could think of that people might be afraid of would be the needles.
Uh-huh.
And they're so tiny that it's so fast that it's, I mean, literally, all in all, what does it take? 5 minutes to inject Botox? It doesn't take much
But it's
time.
a real fear, because
It
I
is
have
a
fear
fear.
of needles. I don't anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I've been working in Botox and understanding it, but
And people
but
don't
it's-
like it. I mean,
No,
you know, if
nobody
you have,
likes a needle. It's
No.
not like they want that, but
and we're not saying that. What I'm saying is you can get through it for
yes.
just a few minutes.
Yes. And I think the other thing is the misconception of the botched look that we see celebrities and they come out and they're like, oh, they look horrible.
Overdone.
Yeah, overdone. That's plastic surgery. That is not an injectable outcome. Injectables more are softened. There's more natural. You look like yourself. Plastic surgery, that's a whole nother level. That is using a scalpel that you're not going back.
Right.
Where
Right.
this is, it's not permanent. You get it done every 3 to 4 months,
Right.
Botox, and you feel refreshed. Now, if you have, a wide jawline or you're grinding your teeth a lot, you can do the masseter muscles around your jaw there, and that softens and actually narrows this area. So
Well, and it helps with pain too,
it
because
helps
those
with
people are
pain.
hurting.
Yes.
They're hurting.
Yes.
And-
so it's just another medicinal use, but also has some effect on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
too.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Have you actually had clients who come in for that reason?
Oh,
alone?
absolutely.
Every
Really,
week.
I never would have even thought that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But now, if you have a square jaw and you don't really have a masseter muscle that's, that strong, it's probably not going to do. That's just your jaw. Your jaw.
it's just your jaw.
But
Right.
if your masseter is causing this problem, we can take that masseter down and it's going to narrow your face.
yes.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So I've always, what little I know, thought that probably for the money spent, Botox has the greatest impact in the shortest period of time. Is that an accurate
100%.
statement?
Yes,
Yep.
but the misconception about that is that it corrects skin and it doesn't do anything to your skin.
Aha.
So
Good
it
point.
only works on the muscle. So your skin will heal and it'll smooth over, let's just say. But if you have
Yeah.
really tough, dry, congested skin and it just doesn't look nice, it's not going to look nice after Botox. You need good skin care then, or
That's
some
what I
other
was going to say.
treatments.
Do you
Yeah.
do treatments at the Botox bar that are specifically for skin and improvement of one's skin?
We do. We have
Mm-hmm.
Morpheus 8 and we have great skin care,
Yeah. Medical grade.
Okay.
medical grade.
Okay, what's Morpheus 8? It sounds like something from a movie.
Yeah.
I-
right.
Matrix.
Transformers or
I
something.
actually had Morpheus 8 last Saturday.
Yeah. I was gonna say it was
Yeah, a week ago.
Yeah.
A week ago. And so what it does is it's done with radio frequency heat and needles, and they go in and they put energy into your face that says, "Oh my gosh, damage, build collagen." And so your body kicks in and starts to build collagen. And so it tightens your skin. It changes, yes, it changes the appearance of pore size. Like if you have really large pore sizes, you can do Morpheus 8 and it's going to soften your pores. It's going to give you more even skin tone.
That's pretty incredible.
It's amazing. I think
it's-
everybody should
It's a
have it.
game changer. Yes.
Wow.
So
How long has
you-
that been around?
Well, it's been, maybe 5 years.
I would say 4 to 5 years, but we've had it a few years.
I've
Yeah.
never heard of anything like that. So
Yeah.
and it actually helps your own body build
Yes.
collagen.
Yeah,
Yes.
for a year.
Yes.
For
So
a
you
year.
need 3 treatments, Todd. Every 6 weeks you come in, and it's a 2-hour thing because you have to numb for an hour because it's painful if you don't numb. You have to numb,
So we numb you up.
We
real
numb
good,
you
so
up,
you don't feel it.
and
Yeah.
then when you're done numbing, then we take the device and we go in and we do your treatment. That takes about an hour if we do your face and neck, and then we at the Botox bar we throw in resurfacing also. So when we're done with the
So
needling
that's
part of it.
skincare then? Is that what that is?
No,
or what?
resurfacing is done with heat, and what it does is it removes those dead skin layers so that your skincare can actually get in and be absorbed and make
and
changes.
do the work it needs to
Your
do.
Yeah.
numbing comment makes me think of when I just came back from the dentist and I was numb for half the afternoon afterwards.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you're not going to be, well, you are numb a while. But
Yeah, you're numb a while.
you're-
but it's a cream. It's not an injection.
Yeah.
It's a cream, numbing cream. And you
it's
just,
an amazing treatment, but
Well, that's cool.
that
It
goes
is.
right with the canvas, your skin.
Yeah.
Good skincare and treatments are taking care of your skin.
Yes.
Versus Botox takes care of the muscle that's damaging the skin, and then filler takes care of the loss of bone and the loss of volume in your skin.
Yeah.
Well, see, now, there you go. Now, see, I didn't understand that. What you just, it didn't even hit me when you responded to that. When I said, does it replace the fat cells or the collagen? You just told me there's a difference between
Yes.
what Botox is and what
Yes.
fillers do. So
Yes.
what are fillers and what's that about? I don't understand that
Yeah.
either.
So it's a hyaluronic
Hyaluronic
acid.
acid.
is what you want to do. But
And
go
you
ahead,
have
Nurse
different
Liz.
fillers
Yes.
for different areas of the face. They're woven differently. So some absorb water and they become more puffy when you're hydrated and less puffy when you're not hydrated. So that's good for your lips, but not really good for under your eyes, right? So there's different fillers for different areas of your face. Some fillers are made to build, like if you're going to build outward, like for your
Like your
cheeks.
cheeks, your
This is
chin.
a lot more complex than I thought.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different fillers, but just know this, Todd. Fillers replace bone loss and volume loss. So our skin is used to having a certain amount of bone and a certain amount of tissue
Volume,
in there,
yeah. Mhm.
volume. And as we lose that, the skin just kind of gets
The face
saggy.
gets drawn.
there.
That's
Yeah,
that was
gets
my
drawn.
comment earlier.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
right,
So
gaunt,
you
yes.
can replace it. You don't have to overdo it. You can replace it with filler.
Right.
And then you're going to look a lot more rested, well, youthful, just,
More lifted, but
more
it lasts
lifted.
a lot longer. It
Yes.
lasts like 1 to 2 years, depending
Yeah.
what type of filler, and sometimes it lasts a little more than that. So
Yeah.
it's a really that investment.
Fillers
def-
last 1 to 2 years.
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And we
either.
can
I would have thought it was
dissolve, too.
much
Nope.
shorter.
No, Botox lasts about 3 to 4 months.
Because you metabolize
Fillers 1
it.
to 2 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the treatments the Morpheus 8, you do that 3 treatments the first year, 6 weeks apart. And then every year after, you just do 1 treatment and it continues to build collagen
And you
for
just
you.
look younger and younger every year. Like, not kidding. It's pretty amazing.
It
what our
is.
clients. We've seen the transformations.
Yeah.
and-
Well, for those of us who never
Oh.
age, it's not a problem.
I know, right? Exactly. Drinking the fountain of youth
Don't
over
I
there.
wish, don't I wish. That is so. I mean, just understanding all the different aspects. That alone is incredibly interesting, and what an education. So when somebody walks in who's never done this before, what goes on? Just take me through that
Oh, the consult.
walk in for the first time. What goes on from there?
Well, if the client is open to it, you're coming in. Some people don't want to know. They just want what they're there for. And that's okay if that's what they're after. But what we would
They
want
want
for
the
them,
end result, and they don't really care about the
well,
details
no,
in between.
they aren't
They
interested
kind of do
in anything.
some research, and they're like,
Yeah.
I just want a little bit of Botox. They're
Yeah.
like, well, you need more than that.
Yeah, but basically what it is when they come in, if they're open to it, I'm going to go through everything that possibly could help them. And then I'm going to give them prices, I'm going to give them amounts, and they're going to make a decision. If you have the information, the education about it, you can make a decision what you want or don't want.
We'll
Very
talk
good.
about how
Very
you
good.
take a picture.
Let
So-
us take a
yeah.
break here,
Okay.
and we'll come back,
Yes.
and we'll pick it up right where you
Yes.
left off.
Okay.
All right. We'll be
Are you
right
missing
back.
anything in your plan? Find out with J. Allen Financial's retirement checklist. If you could check all the boxes on the list, you may be ready for retirement. If not, J. Allen Financial can help. Get this checklist now at rhythmofretirement.com/checklist challenge. That's rhythmofretirement.com/checklist challenge.
J. Allen Financial offers insurance services. Investing involves risk. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC, AEWM, and J. Allen Financial are not affiliated companies.
Fix Auto has been the collision repair leader in the Twin Cities for over 40 years. Hi, I'm Matt Feehan, second-generation owner. Our mission at Fix Auto is to provide you with the simplest collision repair experience anywhere. If you're in an accident and you need help, my team is here and ready for you. You can find us on the web at fixautousa.com. That's fixautousa.com. We are Fix Auto, home of the WOW experience.
If you or anyone you know are in a financially challenged situation, listen. My name is Todd Rooker. For over 20 years, I've been helping people strategically plan for and deal with a financial crisis. My typical client may have previously had a substantial net worth and are now in fear of losing their personal home. My clients will often say, in the past, I was financially successful. However, at this point, I'm exhausting all of my financial resources trying to make my payments on time. I feel as though I'm simply delaying the inevitable by throwing good money after bad. So my questions are, Todd, do I just let the bank liquidate my business? Do I need to consider things like foreclosure, short sale, deed in lieu, loan modification, credit counseling, or even bankruptcy? And then most importantly, how do I minimize the damage and rebuild my life when this disaster is over? This is my world, and I teach classes on those very topics. So if you or anyone you know is in this situation, or you want to ensure that you never are, I have the knowledge and the information you're looking for. Go to CYA21.com and get my free download Financial Crisis Bible, or call us at 763-559-3333.
3800.
Hey, are you considering something exceptional to set your home apart and highlight its curb appeal? How about the rich look of custom copper gutters? Copper gutters are not only beautiful, they also offer timeless durability. William Voss with Gutter Solutions installed my beautiful copper gutters. I get compliments every day. If you're looking for extraordinary craftsmanship and would like to consider something truly special, call him at 612-834-0664 or go to their website, seamlessolutionsmn.com. Ask for Billy.
Hi, I'm Nicole.
And I'm Nurse Liz. Have you ever thought about getting Botox? Are you afraid of needles? Botox Bar Med Spa in Maple Grove and White Bear Lake has you covered. We have certified, registered nurses who are experts at injectables such as Botox, fillers, Kybella, and more. We have over 25 years experience in med spa treatments, and we have treated thousands of people in the Twin Cities.
Now, I have been afraid of needles most of my life. The nurses at Botox Bar provide wonderful support and bedside manner to those who are nervous and uneasy about getting injectable treatments like me. Now, at 40 years old, I was experiencing a gaunt, wrinkly look where I wasn't recognizing myself in the mirror anymore. After injectable treatments, I found myself again as Botox Bar turned back the clock for me. Now that I'm 50 years old, I've been able to keep that youthful look because Botox Bar. I am so grateful and hope others give themselves the opportunity to do the same.
Receive 5 units of Botox when you use the code Todd Rooker when booking your appointment at the Maple Grove or White Bear Lake locations. Book online at BotoxBar.com. That's BeautoxBar.com. Or simply call us at 763-205-6952. Botox Bar, where shots and beauty mingle.
Hi, this is Troy Danner of Danner's Cabinet Shop. My family has been building custom cabinets and countertops for homes in Minnesota for over 50 years. We still make the cabinets the way my grandpa did when he founded our company. My team of skilled craftsmen pride themselves on attention to detail and making sure every element of your project goes perfectly. Give me a call at 763-753-4002 or visit us online at dannerscabinets.com.
You're listening to Cover Your Assets with Todd Rooker.
And we're back. So I wanted to pick up where we had left off last time with the whole idea of when somebody comes in for a consultation, what they're actually going to experience and where that's going to go, and maybe some of the education. And part of that education, I think, should also be focused on the professional aspect of you, Liz, specifically, in your background, you're in the medical profession, and what they're going to experience and what they can expect. So let me know a little bit more about that.
All right. So most of the time when somebody does come in, they have an idea of what they don't like about themselves. They want to change something. Maybe they're coming in and they want under eye filler. But I'm not going to just put under eye filler in you. I'm going to do an assessment on you, and I'm going to tell you the under eye filler is not what you need. Sometimes. Maybe it is what you need. But I'm going to give you that information. So I'm going to tell you all the things that I think could give you what you're looking for, and what it's going to cost you, how long it's going to take, the amounts that we're going to need, all of the information that you need to make a good decision about that.
So they're in control of what
they're
want.
Totally in control. I'm just giving them my professional opinion of how I see their face, the way they want it. Because it doesn't matter to me what they want in their face. If they want their under eyes done, that means they don't like their under eyes.
I can totally see that, where somebody just wants to kind of dip their toe in and see how it works out before they go farther. That makes a lot of sense.
I'm just going to give them all of the things available to them. Pricing, everything. So they have the information to make a good decision. Then they're going to make that decision. Sometimes they're going to come in stages to get that done. Sometimes they're going to do it all in one day. And so you come in for under eye filler, maybe you don't need under eye filler. Maybe what you need is your cheeks done. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to say, under eye filler is really not what you need. You're going to be puffy with under eye filler because you don't have anything in your mid-face. So we need to start there. And then we'll go from there to see what you do need.
Yeah.
And, like I've been a nurse for 30 years.
That's what I was just going to say. So in my professional opinion, what does that actually mean?
I've been a nurse for 30 years. I've worked in many, many areas. And I've had a lot of training, a lot of education. We're ongoing training at our clinic. If you want to come to a place where you're going to be safe and where we're going to do what's right and not what's best for just us, it's what's best for you, you can come see us. We're going to take great care of you.
By the way, you have 2 clinics, correct?
Yes.
And just opened up a new one. So why don't you just let them know where that is?
White Bear Lake, it's 4503 Allendale Drive in White Bear Lake. It's right off of 96 in Allendale. It's a beautiful clinic. We would be happy to
That's our newest
come and
one.
Yep,
Yes.
that's our newest clinic. And then we have one in Maple Grove, 7372 Kirkwood Court, Maple Grove. And that we've been there for 9 years now. So, yeah.
How would they? What's the phone number? How would they schedule a consultation with you?
Oh, sure. It's I can share.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Sure. It's 763-205-6952, and they can just call us. So hit 1 for Maple Grove, 2 for White Bear Lake, and they can book right on our website, BotoxBar.com, BEAUTOX bar.com. They just book right online.
We try to make it really easy for people. And
good.
and if they just don't want to do that, they can call our clinic and we'll book them.
So I have no doubt that people come in and they have their own preconceived notions about this. And some of those might be, just a little tenuous as to if they should or shouldn't be here because they're fearful of it.
Yeah.
Give me some ideas and some stories about when that's happened and how that's been handled and how the end result was good or bad for them.
Well, I do have one client that I was shopping and she was checking me out and I was talking to her. And
she was checking you out.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was checking me out at the cash register, not checking me out.
Well, she's probably doing that
I'm
too.
just, making sure here. Okay, yeah.
And so she was asking me about my skin because she thought my skin was nice. And I was explaining to her what I do. And I said, come see me.
You
and
just
I
said
can,
I'm 16. That's why my skin is
yeah,
nice,
right,
right? Yes,
right.
okay.
And so
I
asked,
love your skin.
Oh, thank you. I love my skin too. But anyway, she was really fearful of needles, super fearful. And she's like, I can't do it. I'm so afraid. I go, listen, I'm going to sit with you. I'm going to take my time with you. I'm going to make you so comfortable you can get through it. If you really want this, come and see me and I'm going to take good care of you. She did. And she does. She's ongoing. She's still very fearful. I don't know where it comes from. Neither does she. And I just have to take extra time with her. Sometimes I'll have if Nicole, she'll come in and talk to her.
And then like distract while she's being injected.
Yes.
Like I'll rub her arm and talk to her. I'm like, okay, tell me about what you're going to do after. She's like, okay. And then she'll start talking while Liz is just getting it done. And,
but she loves us because we take such good care of her. And that's how we are. We want to take care of your needs. If you're afraid of needles, I'm going to take extra time with you.
Well, it cracks me up. People are afraid of needles and then they have tats all over their body. Okay.
I don't think she has tats on her body, but that does happen.
But it's everywhere today.
Right.
I was in the military, and military people got tattoos when nobody else in the world did, and now you have it everywhere.
It's
you
common.
have women who have sleeves and all of that other kind of stuff. They're being that's needles over and over and over and over again. I mean, that seems incredibly painful to me.
Doesn't count. Completely different.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's not a syringe. Syringes are the scary thing.
Well, I see the needle going in and out, and I don't like it.
When I was in the hospital, when I worked in the hospital I did many years, I would start IVs all day, constantly starting IVs. And those people that had the tattoos were the most fearful. They would freak out.
that they're getting an IV?
Yes.
Oh, my.
Yes, very fearful of.
Why?
I think it's because it's so invasive. Something's going into a vein. It's not like a tattoo is not going in. It's just on the surface.
Yeah.
So it's something to do with them, something entering their body.
But your needles are so teeny weeny.
Oh, our Botox needles are super.
They're so thin. It's like almost
They're like a 32 gauge.
I don't know what if the gauge goes up or down, but they're just teeny weeny.
The smaller, the higher the number.
Yeah.
So 32
and they're really
gauges.
sharp. They
yeah.
They're not. Yeah, she's
They're just
not.
tiny. They're tiny little needles. And,
Exactly.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Do you do like before and after photos?
Oh,
of
yes.
the
Yes.
show?
Yeah.
You know
Are
what?
those on your website?
Yeah, we have them on our website, on our social media.
How does somebody get to the website? That's a good question. What's website address?
It's BotoxBar.com.
that's easy enough.
BEAUTOX bar.com.
BEAUTOX.
UTOX.
And
Got it.
Todd,
Bar.com.
pictures do not lie.
Yeah.
So I always start out when you come in with a consult, I take your photo. I take front, side views, and then when we're done, I take your photo and I will show you. Here's when you came in, here's where you are now. Because you know what? When you're done, you forgot what you looked like. You think you looked like you did now.
Right.
Then, and you don't. But
We're
you
like, I
forgot
don't see
already.
a difference. We're like, I slide the picture across the table. This is what you look like when you came in. Oh, okay, now I see.
I had a lady
Yeah,
come in.
because you see yourself every day.
Yeah, I had that one lady
Unreal.
that came in and she had wrinkles everywhere, just wrinkles everywhere. And I put in
Yeah, she
a
looked like a
filler,
roadmap.
and she looked like a new, like she had a facelift,
Wow.
and her skin was much smoother. Remember this?
Yep. Yes,
and she
I
could
remember
not
her
see the difference.
specifically.
I'm like, I'm showing. I'm like, everybody who sees that photo is like, holy cow, that's amazing. But this woman didn't. She didn't think she had any change.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Well-
sometimes there's some dysmorphia
Yeah.
and some weirdness where some folks have just a distorted view of themselves. And
Yeah.
I need more. I need more. It's like, no, your less is more in a way too.
Well, I've had a customer come in and ask me if I could do her lips like this, and she shows me a picture, and I said, yeah, if I take out 3 syringes. Her lips were so much bigger. I go, your lips are twice that size. Really? She did not see it at all.
Yeah. So
Very interesting. Very interesting.
yes. But I'd say the bigger issue is the underdosing.
Oh,
That's what
really?
we
All
see.
right. Well, listen, let's take
yeah.
a break.
Okay.
And we'll talk about that because that underdosing. Okay. All right. So let's take a break. We will be right back with Liz Peterson and Nicole Langer from the Botox Bar. They have 2 locations. One is in Maple Grove. One is in White Bear Lake, brand new location. You can go to their website at Botox Bar. Nicole, again, spell that out.
BEAUTOX
And the phone number?
BAR.com 763-205-6952.
We'll be right back.
Fix Auto has been the collision repair leader in the Twin Cities for over 40 years. Hi, I'm Matt Feehan, second generation owner. Our mission at Fix Auto is to provide you with the simplest collision repair experience anywhere. If you're in an accident and you need help, my team is here and ready for you. You can find us on the web at fixautousa.com. That's fixautousa.com. We are Fix Auto, home of the WOW experience.
Does your sump pump run constantly? Do you want to ensure that you never have a damp, musty-smelling basement? These issues are caused by water coming off your roof, draining into your basement. Gutters can resolve these problems. William Foss is the owner of Seamless Solutions. He is honest and trustworthy. He is simply the best. If you need gutters or leaf covers, he is the guy to call. You can call him at 612-834-0664 or go to his website, seamlessolutionsmn.com.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Nybo with the Kimberly Nybo Insurance Agency, serving the community for over 27 years. People tend to be most concerned with price. That is, of course, until something goes wrong. Then the only thing they care about is their coverage. My experience enables me to uncover every available discount. I could save you up to 40%, while still offering the proper coverage for the people you care about. Call today for a free review at 763-571-6111 or email me at kim@kimnybo.com.
Finding a good banker and CPA are like having a good doctor or mechanic. You cannot fully appreciate the value they represent until you're in a pinch and truly need them. However, that's not the time to go looking for one. Instead, you want to position and strategize well in advance for a favorable outcome. CPA Arliss Cleveland of Arliss Cleveland LTD is the CPA firm you've been looking for. As many of you already know, if you're looking for a great CPA, Arliss Cleveland gets my highest endorsement. Arliss Cleveland LTD has now formed a strategic relationship with Village Bank, conveniently located in the Village Bank building, located at 9298 Central Avenue North, Suite 412, Blaine, Minnesota. You can also find Arliss Cleveland LTD certified public accountants and consultants by going to accountingoffices.net or by simply calling 763-786-0639. That contact information again, accounting-offices.net or by simply calling 763-786-0639. Todd Rooker here to tell you about the most amazing jewelry store, Golden Treasures on 805 Grand Avenue in St. Paul. I've known the owner, Todd Gimble, for almost 20 years now, and at Golden Treasures, not only do you get more for less, it's the experience that you and your special person will feel when you walk in the door. Todd truly puts his heart and soul into creating your experience regardless of how much money you spend. This is Todd's customer for life philosophy. Take it from me, there really is no other jewelry store. You can't go wrong with Golden Treasures in St. Paul. 651-227-2711. That's 651-227-2711. I have trusted attorney Brian Aho for more than 10 years to work closely with me to resolve and eliminate debt for many of my personal and business clients. Aho Law Office is the go-to firm I choose because Brian has always been caring and compassionate with my clients, while tenaciously fighting to retain as much of their assets as possible while quickly eliminating their debt. Brian's extensive experience and knowledge of bankruptcy law and willingness to fight allow him to resolve challenges and cases that many attorneys won't. Don't let other attorneys learn on your dime. Rely on the experience of Aho Law Office to help you achieve relief from your creditors. Competent, compassionate legal advocates providing the clarity to protect tomorrow. For more information, call Brian and his staff at 612-271-4047 or email Brian directly at brian@aholawoffice.com. Again, that number, 612-271-4047.
You're listening to Cover Your Assets with Todd Rooker.
Welcome back. So, we want to pick up on that underdosing. That sounds interesting.
Yes.
Go ahead. What's that about?
So dose equals duration. So if you come in and you're like, oh, I only want this many, but you really need this many.
And this is for Botox.
This is
just
for
to be
Botox,
clear. Yeah.
yes. Well, it can be for filler too.
Yeah, that's true.
But for Botox, if you come in and you say, I only want 10 units in this muscle, but that muscle actually needs 20 units, if I put 10 units in, you're going to be back in a month. And you're going to say, your Botox doesn't work because you didn't get enough. If you get enough Botox to what is needed for that muscle, your Botox should last between 3 and 4 months. Now, if you are a runner or if you're super high metabolism, maybe it will only last you 2.5 months. That's your body is just going through.
Okay.
Because you have a high metabolism.
Because you have such a high metabolism.
Yeah. So is metabolism metabolizing filler?
Yes.
Botox, what's it doing
all
to
of it.
Botox as well?
Yes. Any medication, any foods.
So that just means what? More circulation in your face causes it to diminish more quickly? Is that what that means? Or what?
Yeah, it just means that you're metabolizing it just like you do if you take
medication. But you do it more so if you're more active.
Yes.
So it sounds like that's what it is. You know, we were talking at the break, and I thought it was really interesting because total misunderstanding for me and maybe for other people. I had thought that because you're getting older and you're not maybe not as active as when you were young, you're not using your facial muscles as much, and as a result, that's what's causing your face to become gaunt. But it is exactly the opposite.
Yes.
Explain that. That is very interesting to me.
Well, if you think about the muscles, or if you think about a curtain, okay, you have a curtain.
Right.
It's ironed, it's flat, it's beautiful, right?
Right.
But you put it on the window and now you open it over and over, it's pleated. Now it's never going to be flat unless you iron it again.
Right.
Well, Botox sort of like is the iron. It just keeps everything smooth, right? And if you don't keep it flat and smooth, you're going to get wrinkles.
But as you get older, your muscles are contracting more, maybe because there's a stress in your life or whatever it happens to be. Yep. And is that what is causing the wrinkles in your forehead and things like that?
Stretching the skin.
And so your muscles just kind of become accustomed to being that way.
Yes.
And so that is what's causing that.
Yes.
That is incredibly interesting to me. I would have never thought that that's what that was.
Yeah, that's
I
what
thought
it is.
that was just the pleating of the skin because it was becoming, you were just. Blah.
No, it's your muscle.
Right.
It's your muscles doing
it's
that.
the muscle doing it.
So what you really want that gives you a more youthful look is that you don't have those muscles contracting as much, and that's what does what to your skin. It makes it less
it
removes
relaxes.
the wrinkles.
It relaxes,
relaxes
the
it.
skin
There we go.
because the muscles aren't
So when you're
pulling.
young, you look more fresh and relaxed, and those two things are indicative of one another.
Yeah. Hard life, and then you're stressed all the
Well,
time. You're
and
gonna
Todd, you've
see it
got
in your
muscles.
face.
You have muscles that are depressors that pull down on our
Right.
face, and we have muscles that pull up. Like this frontalis muscle actually pulls your eyes up. So you don't want to treat that crazily because your eyes would drop,
Got it.
right?
That's
but
why
you
you see
still
people
want to
getting
treat
plastic
it.
surgery where they're actually
Yeah.
taking the cutting part of the skin to,
Right.
so that I can't go to sleep anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
So you do want to treat it though because you want to make sure to get rid of the wrinkles. So you want to treat it to take down that muscle,
Yes.
Got it.
basically. And this muscle is a depressor. It's pulling your eyes down.
So you're making the muscles in your face less active.
yes,
Yeah.
That's the whole idea.
That's
Yes,
the whole
and then
idea.
you're less stressed. And guess what? You don't feel as stressed because you can't make that face.
Yeah.
You can't.
Wow.
You can't make that real strong, stressed face because
Look at
your
her
muscle.
try.
I know. Look at me. I'm like, oh,
That is
Botox stuff.
that is the most enlightening thing I've heard in this entire interview.
Yeah.
I
So
did
now
not
he's going to be
understand
running
that.
in for his Botox
Yeah.
real
Well,
soon.
now I'm going to be an expert from here on out, right? That is very. I mean,
Isn't that, it's very cool. I mean, and people feel different too. They actually there's studies that show psychologically they feel more at ease because they can't, that they can't make that stressed face. They can't be angry all the time.
Well,
they
you hear
actually
a
feel
bitch
more
face.
light.
You hear the
that
saying
resting
of
bitch
bitch,
face.
resting
Yeah.
bitch face.
It can go away.
And
RBF.
I like
it
that
takes
one.
away
Resting
the resting
bitch
bitch face. Well, because if you're really drawn
That's a
in and
professional
just
term,
like
right?
It is a professional term.
If you take
yeah.
if you take those muscles down to the point where they can't make that resting bitch face, no, nobody thinks you're mad.
Right.
Like, right? Everybody-
you know, that is the one thing I'm going to really remember here. That one
Yes,
right there.
yes.
You've got a resting bitch.
Yes. Then you just send them to Botox bar.
I
when
will
you,
do
when
that.
you meet your next one.
I
We're
will
just
most
going to
certainly do
wipe
that.
that resting bitch face
Yes.
right off.
Yes.
Yes.
So I mean, so I get it because as you get older, you can see people's emotions more in their faces.
Oh, absolutely.
And I, that has always been interesting to me. I when you watch the whatever it is, the World Poker Championships, and they're all trying to read each other's faces and don't want to show their emotions, and they work so hard at that. And I know as you get older, you can maybe part of it's emotion, maybe part of it's exactly what we're talking about, the face. But that can be problematic for some people.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We even have a client that comes in that has that because she didn't want anyone to see
No,
her
right.
emotion.
Who,
'Cause
what? What's that about?
So she's like a CEO of a company.
Yeah,
Liz it's one of Liz's clients.
Yeah, one of my clients, when she's in her board meeting, if they can read her face, she's in my chair.
Really?
She don't want anybody to read her face. She wants everything. She's a mystery. Nobody knows what she's thinking, her emotions. She's
Otherwise,
That's
they could
interesting
see it on
because
her face
I'm on the board of several companies, and when you're soliciting information from different components in your business, the marketing, the operations department, and the like, if you show emotion on your face, what happens is you temper the way that they say what they say and even what they say sometimes because they see that and they might not want to go there. So it makes entirely good sense that if you want to get the pure story without it being adulterated by the way you look and the way that you seem to be perceiving it, that makes incredibly good sense to me.
Yeah,
right.
the nonverbal communication is huge.
She told me that. She goes, I know it's time when
I could do a show on negotiating that relates to that.
I
alone.
know,
That's pretty
yes.
interesting.
Yes, and going back to that underdosing too, I think a lot of people they just like they don't want to be overdone, but they feel like they don't want to overpay. And I was like, well, it's an investment in yourself. It really is.
I can see
like,
that now.
And now, and you're only hurting yourself, like Liz is saying. You're going to be back in her chair in a month, unhappy. Thinking
the other
didn't
thing
work.
we're going to take another break here, but the other thing that I want to ask you on the other side of the break, we'll only have so much time. My son has cerebral palsy, and I have heard that Botox can be helpful for people who are contracted and tight. He has on his left side. he's fisted on his left.
Because it probably hurts him.
Well, yeah, and he has a very hard time grabbing things or doing anything. And I'll ask you on the other side of the break if he might be able to benefit from something like this. So let's take our last break, and we'll be right back with Liz Peterson and Nicole Langer from the Botox Bar in both White Bear Lake as well as Maple Grove. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Nicole.
And I'm Nurse Liz.
And we are with the Botox Bar, where shots and beauty mingle. Botox Bar is a med spa that's been serving the Twin Cities at our Maple Grove clinic for over 8 years. We have opened a second location in White Bear Lake off Highway 96 East near Centerville Road.
Our certified registered nurses are artists with injectables such as Botox, fillers, Kybella, and more. Receive a complimentary B12 shot when you use code ROOKER, ROOKER, at your appointment. Come see us at the White Bear or Maple Grove locations by booking online at BotoxBar.com. That's BeautoxBar.com. Or call us at 763-205-6952. Botox Bar, where shots and beauty mingle.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Nybo with the Kimberly Nybo Insurance Agency, serving the community for over 27 years. People tend to be most concerned with price. That is, of course, until something goes wrong. Then the only thing they care about is their coverage. My experience enables me to uncover every available discount. I could save you up to 40%, while still offering the proper coverage for the people you care about. Call today for a free review at 763-571-6111 or email me at kim@kimnybo.com.
Social Security. You've spent your entire working life paying into it. So don't you want to get the most out of it? Jim Bear and his team at J. Allen Financial can show you ways to do that with their free Social Security report. Download your copy today at rhythmofretirement.com/Social Security. That's rhythmofretirement.com/Social Security.
J. Allen Financial offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC, AEWM. AEWM and J. Allen Financial are not affiliated companies. J. Allen Financial is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or governmental agency.
Hi, this is Troy Danner of Danner's Cabinet Shop. My family has been building custom cabinets and countertops for homes in Minnesota for over 50 years. We still make the cabinets the way my grandpa did when he founded our company. My team of skilled craftsmen pride themselves on attention to detail and making sure every element of your project goes perfectly. Give me a call at 763-753-4002 or visit us online at dannerscabinets.com.
If you're in a financially challenged situation or want to ensure that you never are, I have the knowledge and the information you're looking for. My name is Todd Rooker. When you want information on today's most pressing economic and financial pressures, who do you talk to? There are attorneys, CPAs, financial advisors, mortgage brokers, and real estate agents. Everyone has a different opinion, and these professionals do not always work well together. It's not enough to find an expert in one area. You need a comprehensive approach that addresses all of your concerns and enables you to create an overall plan. I have over 20 years experience in this highly specialized field, and it is my job to work with all of the professionals previously mentioned and know much of what they know, allowing me to provide you with a cohesive and unbiased strategy that addresses everything related to your situation. I will help you to strategically plan for a financial crisis, minimize the damage, recover quickly, and most importantly, help ensure that you're never here again. You have a lot more options than you think, but don't waste time. Go to CYA21.com and get my free download Financial Crisis Bible, or call us at 763-559-3800. That number again, 763-559-3800.
You're listening to Cover Your Assets with Todd Rooker.
Welcome back to Cover Your Assets. We are today talking with the owners of Botox Bar that is located in Maple Grove as well as White Bear Lake. This is Liz Peterson. This is Nicole Langer. They are the co-founders of the business. And they are very familiar because they have worked this business from the ground up. And I'm just a guest trying to figure out what this is all about and how it could benefit somebody. We're tying it into a financial show because, in fact, you are really investing in yourself, especially having listened to all of this through the show about how it can benefit a person in a multitude of ways.
Yes.
So when we left, I want to talk to you a little bit about something that is an interest to me specifically, and that is that my son has cerebral palsy. And I have read or seen online that Botox can actually be beneficial. His muscles are very tight on the left side of his body. He had a brain hemorrhage on the right side of his body, affects the left side of his body. And he's fisted in the left hand. He has what's known as high tone in the left leg, which means he walks on his toe. He actually had to have heel cord surgery to try to release and loosen, bring that heel cord down so he could actually step flat. But this is something that is of great interest to me. Is that true that it can be helpful? And if so, how?
Yes. They use Botox for many, many things. Contractures are one of them. They will inject it into the tight muscles and it will relax because those tight muscles can cause him pain.
Right.
And, discomfort. So, yes, they use Botox for contractures. They use it in bladders for overactive bladders. They use it for excessive sweating. They use it for TMJ. They use it for migraines. It's used for many, many things that not only aesthetics, they use it for other things that are related to somebody feeling better.
This is really interesting what you just said there, because you probably don't know this, but he goes in to emergency and to, care, because when he sleeps, he stretches out the tendon and can't even walk on it for 2 weeks.
Oh boy!
Because of that tightness. So when he sleeps, like all of us, maybe have some, I don't know what, restless leg or whatever.
Sure.
But he'll wake up one morning and he can't go to work. He can't walk. He can't get out of bed. I have to carry him sometimes up the stairs, and it goes on for a long time. So it's really a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Is this something that could be beneficial to him? Seriously.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would talk to your doctor about it for sure.
Yes.
I'm very interested. I can well imagine that this is, well, they actually told us when we went to ER that it was typical of people with CP.
Okay.
So that's an avenue that I actually thought about it.
Yeah, you haven't gone down that path yet.
No.
Yeah.
Have not. And part of it might be some of the fear that we've
It
had.
will change his life.
So this is
literally.
helpful.
Yes, it is.
It'll change his life. He will be much more comfortable and much more relaxed in those areas because that
Well,
Botox
above all of the wonderful beauty attributes to it and the self-confidence that builds within a person, this is something that is really fabulous. We don't have a lot of time left, so let's talk about how somebody can come in, if you've got anything going on, how they can get a hold of your last contact information, if we can.
Yeah, I think it's important for the listeners to understand that, investing in yourself and having a plan, a financial plan for these types of treatments. And us, we at the Botox Bar, we worked hard to be able to offer payment plans so that, for as low as $199 a month, they can have their Botox for a year. And they're getting 42 units every quarter. And so it's 4 times a year. And then they also get $50 off of any syringe of fillers. So as many syringes of fillers they need, they get $50 off per syringe. They get 10% off of our medical grade skincare. So that's going to help the canvas.
Wonderful.
So they really
that's so much
really
more affordable than I had thought.
Oh, and the other thing is they get their any additional Botox above and beyond the 42 units, they get it at a discounted price.
Yeah. So they get discounts that way too. So if they need more, so like we were talking, underdosing, like I need almost 70 or a little over 70 units, but that's just how my facial.
You're stressed, right?
Yeah, I'm stressed. I'm running this business and I have a lot going on. Where others may only need 42 units or 50 units.
It seems to me that the Botox thing, if you do it consistently, you might need less as time goes along. Is that right or is that wrong?
It's over time. It's some people do use less over time, but it doesn't happen overnight.
Right. It takes a minute.
It takes a bit.
It takes a while. Yeah. Yes. But it's a long term. You're still aging. People
That said, there's probably nothing else that is more impacting in a shorter period of time than that.
No, you're right.
Other than invasive surgery, there's
Correct.
probably really nothing that's going to come close to that for the cost,
nothing.
which is a fraction of anything else.
Exactly.
Oh, gosh.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think the nurses are really good at our clinics to make sure that they talk about the price, what's it going to cost, come up with a plan, and then they can pay up front, and just have it done, or we can do the payment plan and we can just figure it out and customize it to them.
Very good.
Yeah, so we make it simple. We have Alley, which is the makers of Botox and fillers.
Oh.
Alley is a program.
Thought that was a person.
I know, right? That's why I had to make sure I identified what Alley is. It's a program. It's free for them, free for us, and they get money off. It's like a rebate program for every time they come in.
Very good.
Yeah, so it's really nice that they get those points and money off.
Is that kind of a thing that you've got people who are recurrently coming in on a regular?
I'd say 92%. I mean, not to be that specific,
Well,
but I
you're
think
the
I actually
statistic
kind of
girl,
know
aren't
it.
you?
Yeah,
92%.
92% of our clients have Alley.
If you haven't figured out, Nicole is the one who handles all that side of the business.
Yes. So that's why we're a great partnership, right?
Right.
She can do what she does best. I can do what I do best, and we bring it together. It's a great marriage, a great partnership, and our clients like it because they know that we're consistent. We're consistent in what we deliver, how we communicate, how we get them to into the clinic, how we have them leave. They have a great customer experience.
Well, you must be doing something right because in the time that I've known you, I have watched so many other clinics go out of business, and I've watched you thrive, which is a testament to the experience people have. Because if it weren't for that, it wouldn't be. You wouldn't still be around. Basically.
Correct. Exactly. Yeah.
So
we bring a wow factor, and we really take care of the client. We welcome them with a gift when they come in.
I think that's the majority of a good business right there. I mean, it really is, isn't it? So we are going to wrap up here. Again, the phone number and the address of your two locations.
Sure. It's 763-205-6952. Maple Grove is 7372 Kirkwood Court North. And then in White Bear, it's 4503 Allendale Drive.
Very good. Nicole and Liz, so nice to have had you.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed your time. I learned a lot, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. Hello, I'd like to talk with you about financial coaching. Traditional financial planners help you make decisions about stocks, bonds, and mutual funds with money you already have. That's great, but who helps you accumulate more money in the first place? Who helps you make day-by-day life decisions? Who isn't trying to sell you something? Like, should I go back to school? Am I wasting money on insurance? How to purchase and finance a car, boat, home, lake cabin, or investment property? How to start, manage, and sell a business? It's about making minor errors that become colossal mistakes and cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. The problem is that you're so busy pursuing your career that you're forced to make critical financial decisions that have a dramatic long-term effect on your finances without adequate research or information. Rooker Financial Coaching is like having a personal CFO for every decision. Don't waste time lamenting the bad decisions of the past or money that's run through your fingertips. Stop procrastinating. Call Rooker Financial Coaching, 763-559-3800. That's 763-559-3800. Call me today, Todd Rooker, 763-559-3800. That's 763-559-3800.